So I replaced the motor on this washer a little bit ago, and that seemed to fix the problem, but it's still a little noisier than I wish it was. So I'm gonna grease the gears down the bottom. I want to show you how I do that. Just to specify, I replaced the actuator motor that engages and disengages the main motor from the tub. Also would like to ask for any input from any of your appliance repair guys if this is a bad idea to grease these gears, because I've never run into it and I don't know if they're supposed to be greased. But please add a comment to let me and everybody else watching this know. So the first thing I'm going to do is tip the dryer up on end like this so I can get underneath. Underneath here, I want to remove this bolt here, and there's another one on the other side just like it. Now that I've got those two screws removed, I can pull that cover off. Next, I want to pull off this belt. And to do that, I'll just put some downward tension on this and turn it, being careful not to pinch my finger in there as I go. Eventually that'll just get looser and looser until it pops off of there. So now I got the belt off. Now I need to undo this bolt here. Now that I've undid that bolt and pulled this wheel off, next thing I'm going to do is these two screws. There's green one there, green one there, so I can move this motor out of the way to be able to get this off. Now that I've undone those two screws and I got this out of the way, now I want to give this a twist to get it out of that groove. Now I can undo this. Now I want to put grease on this and on these teeth here, as well as some grease on these teeth and this wheel that connects to there. And I don't know if it needs grease in there, but I'll put some in there just in case. What I'm using is this white lithium grease. You want to use a grease that's not petroleum based. That's why I'm using this white lithium grease. I'll get some on there and then just brush it around on this and on the rest of those gears. So I did not end up putting grease in here. That does not move, it's just to connect it, so it shouldn't need any. As you can see, I put grease around there. I did end up putting grease on this because it slides and moves in there. So between those two, and then I've got this greased too, and this greased. So now I'll put it all back together. So I'll put this like that, put it back up in here, making sure that spring gets around that. And I can slide that up